What is up, YouTube? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. I'm Mark, and today we have an amazing list of the top 10 books releasing this coming week for New Comic Book Day. From major events to brand new series, there's a lot to look forward to. Let's get right into it. First and foremost, let's give a huge shout out to none other than Big Time Collectibles. Be sure to check them out at their website or follow them on social media. They're always dropping some amazing stuff. And if you need anything cleaner press, hit up my friend Justin over on Instagram. Let him know you found him via the channel. Take advantage of their special offers that he runs. And as always, a huge shout out to my local comic shop, ABX Comics and Games. That's where I pick up all my new comic books. Be sure to check out their Facebook page. All kinds of cool links in the description. But let's get right into it. There's some awesome stuff dropping this week. And I said this is the top 10 list, but there is a caveat on the tail end of the video, so don't go anywhere. First off, we have the massive conclusion to the long-awaited Dark Knights of Steel. Tom Taylor has taken his sweet, precious time getting this series out. It's had numerous delays, but it's finally here. I'm assuming he's just been busy with other titles, but I'm pumped to finally get this. If you haven't been reading this, I highly suggest going back and picking up the collected volumes. It's pretty much Game of Thrones DC Comics style. We have the cards are all been shown. Everyone knows what's happening at this point. I don't want to get into too many spoilers, but it's just warring factions all coming head up against a common enemy. The big finale right here. So I'm just ready to get into it, get it over with, and be able to reminisce on how long it took and how good it is. Next up, we are all the way into Night Terrors at this point. Issue number 4 drops this week of the main series, and that last issue was a banger. They have finally found the Nightmare Stones. We got most of Insomnia's backstory, but in this issue, it's supposed to be letting us know what specifically happened to Insomnia that has him fired up to try to kill the Justice League. And with Deadman finding out this information for himself, he finds himself stuck between the two of them. So who will he side with, Insomnia, the Justice League, or will he go solo? I'm excited to dive in and find out. Now, here's one that I'm actually really excited for. Don't know why, but I keep trying these Marvel #1s when they drop, hoping they're going to be good, and this one has all the right ingredients. Besides Alex Ross being the obvious with on the cover there, it's called Immortal Thor, which I think is kind of cheap. We have that epic Immortal Hulk Al Ewing wrote that just took everything back to basis and told like this fantastic Hulk story that's going to live on through my entire life and beyond, is one of the best Hulk runs that ever existed. And now they're trying to find that same formula with Thor, with the Immortal Thor. We even have Al Ewing on the writing. So I love Al Ewing. I feel like he doesn't miss. I think that Venom with him and Ron V both on that book is a disservice to both of them. But Al Ewing by himself on Thor, going back to the basics. They tried this with Iron Man with Chris Cantwell and it was garbage. Maybe Al Ewing is the secret sauce. So I'm excited to dive into this and hopefully add an ongoing Thor title to my run that I'm really enjoying. So we'll see where it goes. This one I'm definitely excited for. Next up, as always, through this Night Terrors events, we have some really cool tie-ins. Detective Comics was one of the sleeper hits. I think it was Dan Waters. Yeah, Dan Waters is writing this one, and it was insane. Jim Gordon finds himself in a Gotham City where this cult is doing the seance or bring these old gods up and ask them for abilities like power, wealth, influence, all these things, and it turned them into monstrosities that are able to go take their things from the city, and nothing is standing in their way except Gordon, who's been affected by these events himself. So I'm excited to see how this plays out and see what pathway Gordon has to waking up from his nightmare. Now, Titans that came out didn't really do much for me. It was kind of just showcasing the different Titans, and didn't really have any weight to it. It felt like a who's who of the team, which is unnecessary if you ask me, but maybe this one will be a little bit better. All the characters found themselves in a house inside different rooms that they're facing their nightmares, and they're just going through, just looking at their reflection and being fine. And then they come outside the house and they find Raven, just to be told that they have to go back in the house to get out of their dream. And the house is none other than Titan's Towers, a whole bunch of who cares. But I'm excited to see if it does anything to service the main story, if this issue will be better than the last. I do enjoy the Teen Titans. I'm enjoying the Titans run that started, and I'm going to ride it out. We'll see what happens. I'm all in on Night Terrors. And that being said, I'm really excited to dive in to Action Comics. That first issue was really cool. We had pretty much just like a chill night at the House of L, and you had Connor Kent, the Superman of China, there with the twins, and they were kind of reminiscing on the recent fight against Hank Henshaw, Cyborg Superman, and afraid if he can come back through technology, this and that. And lo and behold, he did. And he started assimilating all of these other Kryptonians into his own form. And it left him just one-on-one with just one of the supers. And we're going to see how it plays out, if he's going to take them all or who it's going to be that overpowers him. Also in this, we get a Power Girl story. So we'll see what's going on and check in with her as well. So I'm big in on all the Superman stuff they're doing right now. The whole House of L is just rocking at DC Comics right now. They're just putting everything into it. Here's one that I'm a little bit on the fence with. I want it because of the creator on it, but it's a brand new Penguin story. I know, right? A standalone Penguin story. I'm sure it's billed as a 6-issue miniseries, but Tom King is writing it. It's kind of supposed to be highlighting what's been going on with old Oswald Cobblepot since his apparent death inside of the pages of Batman about a year ago, and how things have shaped up in his absence in that vacuum with his twins leading the way. But now he has a new look, a new lease on life, and could he be coming back to take back his place at the head of the crime in Gotham City? I kind of want to find out. Tom King just writes a story like, he's just a fantastic writer. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And so I'm probably a shoo-in for this. I don't want a Penguin book, if I'm being honest. I don't want a Penguin book. It's bothering me how much I want to read this, and I'm going to have to figure it out for myself. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to check it out. We'll see where it goes. But switching over from DC, we're going over to, I think it's IDW. It's Kong Skull Island. It's Kong something. Skull Island, Kong Skull. It's one of those, but issue number 3 of the ongoing Kong series that's out right now drops this coming week. Really excited about it. Hope this is the cover that I have in my box. I can't ever figure out which one's the A, B, or C's based off the website I use to grab all these photos from, but I hope this is the one that it is. And this has been a fantastic series so far. 2 issues in, I'm completely hyped for it. It takes place like back in World War II. A U-boat crashes and they barely survive the wreckage of the U-boat just to find themselves on Skull Island, trying to survive for their life while being terrorized by the creatures there and stalked by none other than the great ape himself. So I'm really excited to dive into this. I'm loving the MonsterVerse stuff that's happening right now. The Godzilla, There Be Dragons, and we have that upcoming Godzilla Kong Justice League book at the end of the year. I'll talk more about that in a future video. But moving right along, we have issue number 2 of probably the most hyped book I am for right now outside of the Energon verse, and that's Mark Millar's Big Game. All of his properties such as Kick-Ass, Kingsman, Wanted, Nemesis, The Ambassadors, Jupiter's Legacy, all of his properties are coming together like butt cheeks in this fantastic event right here. And in this issue, we're supposed to be seeing Nemesis go up against the Ambassadors, which are pretty much like, concept is like the world came together and they enhance people, and every country has their own superhero, and it looks like Nemesis is going to be rid of them. So the whole hidden organization of supervillains have taken over the world decades ago, took out all the superheroes and made the world forget about them, and now they're finding need to come back to the surface again and let the world know they're there and tighten up their control over things. And we'll see how it plays out. I'm definitely all in on this one. And if it couldn't get any better, issue 111 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I know this, everyone won't care about this, but Melissa Flores is writing a masterpiece for this run. If you're a Power Rangers fan and you're not reading the current Power Ranger book from Boom, you are missing out. This has been 2 years in the making right here. The Darkest Hour is actually here. Dark Spectre is here. We have a 12-month-long event kicking off, and I could not be happier with the state of Power Ranger comics right now. Rita has gone full Mistress File, taking over the power of her father, completely bested the Rangers, took out like everyone who got in her way. Even Zed is juiced up with a red power coin right now and couldn't slow her down, and she's got him here. Now it's time to really kick things even to a deadlier mode. Everything at Safe Haven is destroyed. All the villains that they took all that time over the last 3 years to stop, capture, and contain and say they're all let loose. Just everything's on the table with this one. I cannot wait. And if you haven't seen it before, you'll see it here today. This book continues to keep getting pushed back every single week. Who knows when the actual street date is? I don't. But until it comes out, it's going to be on this list. Issue number 4, Exo Man of War Unconquered, Becky Cloonan, Liam Sharp on the art. Cannot wait, obviously, because it's being here for a month now on this daggum video. Hopefully, they'll get it out soon, because I've already seen the cover for number 5, and we can't even get number 4 out in time. But it's really bothering me. I'm ready to read this one. Been loving it. And lastly, here's 2 more Night Terror tie-ins. We got Harley Quinn, Angel Breaker. Harley one was fire, very meta. Angel Breaker was trash. No clue what Celie was doing, but I'm all in on Night Terrors. And if you want to know all the fine-tooth details about Night Terrors, tune in every Sunday night. I have the live show at Weeks In where you can come hang out. We can discuss everything spoiler-rific in comics, movies, news, shows, everything. It's a really a blast. So be sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to picking up this week. Join that channel membership. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.